Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
Brace yourself for this video. An off-duty police officer going more than 20 miles over the speed limit slams into an elderly couple. Now that couple is asking, how has the officer kept his job and avoided charges? The News 4i team's Alana Adler put that very question to the district attorney himself.
It only took a second for a couple's life to change forever. That man in the road is James Cryer, and amazingly, he and his wife Rena survived.
I just said, help us be ready if this is it, Lord.
The other driver was off-duty all-good police officer Christopher Ferguson. Watch as his cruiser barely slows down. But after reviewing this video and a THP investigation, this district attorney decided no one would face charges.
Both of them did things that they shouldn't have done, and both of them did violate the law that violated the rules of the road.
For the Cryers, that meant failure to yield. For Ferguson, it was speeding. The News 4i team obtained the THP investigative file. It states at one point Ferguson was driving up to 26 miles over the speed limit. An investigator wrote, if the officer had been driving the posted speed limit, the collision would have been avoided. Even with this knowledge, you still felt comfortable not prosecuting Ferguson?
Even with that knowledge, yes.
Dunaway says in his opinion, Ferguson's actions did not meet the level of reckless driving, and both drivers only committed minor driving offenses. But a member of the NAACP sees it differently. The state group got involved after a citizen filed a complaint, concerned over whether a police officer was receiving special treatment.
We have different standards for different people.
Cheryl Allen says the NAACP gets involved whenever it perceives any injustice involving anyone. Last month, the I-Team delved into Ferguson's driving history. Records show he damaged his patrol car while driving on black ice, changing lanes, hitting a stop sign, hitting a mailbox. And after records reveal Ferguson hit a semi-truck, the department recommended he be terminated or resign. Ferguson resigned and in 2015 joined the Allgood Police Department.
Why is he still allowed to drive? Why is he still allowed to work? If it was you or I, we'll be done. That's it.
Was Ferguson given special treatment because he was a police officer?
Absolutely not. I think Ferguson's behavior in driving was inappropriate. He was certainly speeding. The evidence shows that. I think the Cryers failed to yield.
8 months later, the officer is still on the job, and the Cryers are still healing.
I want justice done.
Ferguson received a verbal reprimand for this incident. I requested to interview Ferguson twice for this story and our last story. The city manager turned us down the first time, and no one responded to our request the second time. For the News 4i team, I'm Alana Adler.
Watch, cop abuses power, smashes into elderly couple while speeding, court blames couple. The police officer who caused the crash has a record of being responsible for at least 5 other accidents as a result of reckless driving. By Rachel Blevins, January 10, 2018. Cookeville, Tennessee. The police officer who crashed his patrol car into an elderly couple's car while driving nearly 30 miles per hour over the speed limit will face no charges and will remain on the job, despite a history of dangerous driving accidents. The surveillance footage is gruesome, and it shows James Cryer, 69, and his wife Rena, 78, exiting a parking lot and pulling out onto the road in their 2001 Chevy Blazer when a 2015 Dodge Charger races down the street and crashes into the left rear of their car. Mr. Cryer was ejected from the car and left lying in the middle of the street. The speeding car, which clearly had police emblazoned on its side, was an Allgood City Patrol car driven by Officer Christopher Ferguson, 32. An investigation from the Tennessee Highway Patrol placed the blame on both drivers, claiming that while Ferguson was exceeding the speed limit, Cryer also failed to yield to oncoming traffic. However, Cryer claimed that because Ferguson was driving nearly 30 miles per hour over the speed limit, he did not see the patrol car when he pulled out into the street until it was too late. Advertisement. Even with an investigator claiming that if the officer had been driving the posted speed limit, the collision would have been avoided, District Attorney General Bryant Dunaway told WSMV News that he had no regrets about declining to charge the officer. Both of them did things they shouldn't have done, and both of them violated the law, Dunaway said. They violated the rules of the road. While Ferguson was driving at least 26 miles per hour over the speed limit, which may be considered reckless driving in some states, Dunaway insisted that his actions did not meet the definition of reckless driving, and both drivers only committed minor driving offenses that would have amounted to Class B misdemeanors. Read more. Cop caught on video beating his daughter for eating carrots. Department covers it up. In fact, as attorney Patrick Stegall noted, in the state of Tennessee, there is not a set speed that indicates that a driver is being reckless, and the charge is instead determined at the discretion of the police officer. The crime of reckless driving in Tennessee is found in the Tennessee Code annotated 55-10-205. It is defined simply when any person who drives any vehicle in willful or wanton disregard for the safety of persons or property. The law doesn't give any specifics, so police have a lot of discretion in determining what exactly is reckless driving. For instance, the law doesn't say how fast a motorist has to be driving in order for it to be reckless driving. 25 mph over the speed limit would probably be enough, but a driver might just get a speeding ticket for that. It may depend on the weather, the road, surrounding traffic, even the police officer's mood that day. In addition to the fact that Christopher Ferguson's actions clearly caused the crash and his status as a police officer should be called into question, an investigation from WSMW revealed that this is not the first time Ferguson has caused a driving accident. Ferguson was disciplined for his involvement in at least 5 car accidents, according to records from Cookeville Police Department. The scenarios that damaged his patrol car included driving recklessly on black ice, changing lanes improperly, hitting a stop sign and hitting a mailbox. When Ferguson hit a semi-truck, the department recommended his resignation. He complied and went on to join the Allgood Police Department in 2015. Read more. It's time to imagine a post-police world. Now, Ferguson is still on the job after his crash with Mr. and Mrs. Cryer, and because he received only a verbal reprimand from the department, there is a good chance that he continue with the same behavior. When the accident happened in May, James Cryer was ejected from the vehicle in the middle of the street, and Rena Cryer stayed in the passenger seat of the car as it rolled over on the side of the road. It is a miracle that they both survived. I thought, oh God, please, I don't want to die right now, I got grandkids, I got to get back home too, Rena Cryer told WSMW, recalling her initial reaction to the crash. Ultimately, Cryer said she believes something needs to happen to hold the officer accountable for his actions. I want justice done. Whatever it has to be, I think something ought to be done, she said.
County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of your news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheep up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, you know, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, you know, at least I can do it. You know, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, you know, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.